Hello, my name is Charlenbos. I go by Bob. I'm not your typical painter. And this is actually part 2 of my 2-part series of how I start a painting. The first video was how I choose a subject and also creating a grid, but this one will show you the beginning stages of how I paint. And keep in mind, this is an underpainting, and what I usually do is draw out lines and shapes in order to kind of create a map that will lead to a final painting where I start adding detail. As you can see from this photo, I already am more advanced into the painting, but it's not a bad idea to take a sneak peek into the past. More to come down the road. One of the first things I want to do to start this painting is plot out some lines that are going to bring the image together. And it's going to be pretty much light and dark, and also some shapes, big bold shapes of color. And I'm going to kind of work top to bottom and kind of left to right for the most part, but I'm not going to be as faithful to the left, right, top, bottom as I'm kind of leading on to. And where to begin, I don't know why I'm picking this area here, and I see this nice kind of like shape of like white snow in the photo, and I'm gonna try to lay more color here, but this color you see is actually zinc. It's actually zinc white and yellow. Now I'm going to apply some more here, because there is some more snow kind of visible in this, because I spent some time creating a grid. It's kind of making it a little easier for me. Don't always do this, but I feel like from my previous painting, which the Kalambaka painting I did not that long ago, if I didn't do a grid on that, I would have had lots of headaches, and I'm trying to avoid the headaches. Again, I didn't do like a full-on grid because I kind of want to have some, I guess, artistic liberty in some kind of ways. I don't want to just copy the photo 100%. Anyhow, again, I'm plotting kind of like lines that I see in the photo, kind of in relationship to the grid. These are not going to be any chance set in stone. What I'm using to thin out the paint is a mixture of turpentine and linseed oil with a dash of Damar varnish, but in this stage it's mostly turpentine. Why? Because I want it to be thin and I want it to dry quicker. The nice thing about some landscapes is the nice variations of hills and trees in different locations. This one actually has a lot of trees. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna try to replicate these trees as accurately as possible, or if I'm just gonna create a pattern. Something tells me I'm gonna be as accurate as possible. Anyhow, time to use some darks, and kind of see like some kind of like dark there. Probably making this too green, but I could add just some blue. Now this color right here that I'm about to use is actually derived a little bit from my ultramarine blue, and also some white, and some viridian also. It's actually very close to the color of the canvas, but not quite the color I wanted. I'm not going to get rid of this line just yet. I'm going to leave it there just as reference, but I'm going to continue kind of like blotting out. And this is kind of like a very much darker area here. Oops. No worries, I can always go back here. But the goal was not to do that. But this is really just the underpainting. What matters in the end is what goes on top. Also, besides cool blues, there's also warm blue, warm greens. Yeah. Besides cool greens, there's also warm greens, and I gotta try to capture them too. Again, this doesn't look like much at first, but this will probably be the start of several months of misery. Hopefully not. Very interesting note is I'm actually standing while doing this painting, but normally when I'm doing the incredible detail, I am not standing. I'm usually sitting, and sometimes bracing myself in particular ways. Anyway, time to paint more snow. This ended up coming out a little darker than I wanted to, but I kind of wanted to sometimes exploit the sun where it's more vibrant. I can always just apply some white . And again, I kind of want to keep this line right here slightly visible. in case you're wondering, I haven't painted a single horse just yet. And for some reason, I'm a person who likes to focus more on the background and then work on things that people identify like a horse. But supposing there's going to be a horse kind of like right here. Oh, this is kind of like the shape of its butt. But instead of going directly for the horse, I'm kind of painting the snow around it. And these freaking horses left a lot of hooves or marks on this terrain, and thanks to them, I feel obligated to try to capture the marks they left. Another thing I want to point out is I'm using a very cheap brush to start off the painting. I did use these right here, which are not cheap, but this, I've had it for a long time, and I kind of use it so I could kind of abuse the underpainting of starting the painting. I think I got them from Ross for very cheap a long time ago. You'd be amazed what you could find there. Anyway, again, going back to not exactly painting the horse. Right here, there's supposed to be a horse. But instead of painting the horse, I'm painting kind of the snow. And this right here is kind of like the butt of a horse. And right here is supposed to be the head of one. As is like right here. It's supposed to be like ears and so on. And I am never going to say I know exactly what I'm doing. That's why I like to call myself not your typical painter, because I don't think I do things exactly like I'm supposed to, even though I went to school. But I'm out of zinc white. I need to get some more. Actually, now for the snow up here, I switched to a titanium white. Yes, I did say I was going to use titanium white, and I am using it mixed with cadmium yellow, of course. Why did I switch it? Well, honestly, I grabbed it by accident instead of zinc, because I ran out of zinc a moment ago. But I continue to use it because it made sense to me, since this is very close to the viewing plane. And since it's very close to the viewing plane, I kind of want the snow to be more vibrant. So I guess my mistake is justified in some kind of way. Pure luck. Or maybe it was just a stroke of genius. But I'm going to continue to kind of fill in color. And there's some snow here. over here, you can actually see in the photo the texture of this snow or mound of snow, and I think this is going to be a fun area to paint in the near future. And there's a plant actually kind of like blocking this, so I'm gonna cool it down. I need to get some green going. Because there's gonna be a bush here. And more snow. Let it snow, let it snow. Something funny is I do sing when I paint, but I'm not going to do it right now. But I do need more white again. I did mention I'll probably end up using a lot of white, and I'm right. Anyhow, there's actually some dead grass here. Again, just laying out the foundations. And there's going to be some more. Dead grass. And you guessed it, I'm laying out more dead grass. And I'm trying to paint around the horse again, but I know I'm gonna paint over this. Again, I'm trying to lay out colors right now. And hopefully not get lost. Which I feel like I already did. Anyhow, I guess I will start off doing the first horse. And I did say this is the butt of a horse. I was not kidding. Is this how the horse is going to look at the very end? Absolutely not. But I'm laying out the color for it. And another horse. It's the belly of a horse. This is the head of one. And another horse here, kind of like the belly. As you can see, the beginning stages is really just throwing a lot of paint onto the canvas. This is the current stage of my painting. I will continue working on it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to film the whole process, but I wanted you guys to get a glimpse how I started painting. Anyway, thanks for watching. Once again, my name is Charles Lambos. I just go by Bob. I am not a typical painter. Also, check out my Instagram.